We also have a couple other guests with us tonight. So John Gordon is here from your Reno guys as well. Thank you for joining us. And we have Caroline Mitchell from Mondeau Bathroom and Kitchen. Thanks for joining us. So John, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do.
Sure. Thanks for having me on the show. I own Your Reno Guys. It's a company that does small to medium-sized renovations.
Okay.
So we won't build you a house from scratch or a big addition onto your house, but we really specialize in stuff that everybody needs done in their home.
Okay.
Redo your bathroom. It could be tile a front entrance.
Okay.
It could be refinish your entire basement. And
Right.
we specialize in giving you a good experience through that. We know like there's a lot of bad stories, and we want you to be happy. We want it to be fun for you. We want you to look forward to it, and that's what we specialize in, giving a good experience in a renovation.
And how long have you been doing this?
Been doing this 18 years in total.
Okay.
I've owned Your Reno Guys for 8 years.
Yes. Okay.
And it's something I really love doing. I've always been good with my hands.
Well, you mentioned that, and you have a little bit of a story that led up to the time when you transitioned into home renovations. Would you share that with our viewers?
Sure. Like I grew up on a farm, so
Okay.
I always worked with my hands. Growing up on a farm with 4 of my cousins, we didn't have money to pay mechanics or people to fix the farm equipment. So when something broke, we had to figure it out. So I was always good at problem solving, working with my hands. I always had a strong work ethic, and even though I did graduate high school, it wasn't like the academic part of it wasn't for me. So I really felt comfortable working with my hands.
Okay.
I always liked building things, making things nice, making people happy, and it was a natural fit for me.
Excellent. That's great. Now, Caroline, what is it that you do, and where is it that you work? And tell us a little bit about that.
I'm the assistant showroom manager at our Algoma location.
Okay.
So Mondeau Bathroom and Kitchen is a showroom, plumbing showroom. We're a division of Boone Plumbing.
Okay.
We have 3 locations, one in the East End, one in Canada, and one in Gatineau.
Okay.
And where we are, basically, we have a large display. We have one of the largest showrooms in Ottawa for plumbing and kitchen. Bathroom and kitchen.
Okay.
And people come in, and then we help them with we do consultations, help them with their choices, and give them advice, and help them with their selection.
That's great. So what sort of services then do you offer when somebody comes in? If they were to come in and see you, typically they're looking for a consultation for design or just looking for fixtures?
Mainly the supply part of the fixtures.
Okay.
Often we have the added support that we can give to them as far as more technical detail if they need more advice rather than just coming in to choose a piece, rather than walking into a big box store and just choosing by themselves. We have a lot more things that we can offer to them.
Okay.
As well as the displays, we have a referral program where we can offer them contractors if they're looking for someone to work with.
Okay.
Like working with John or someone like that. We do offer that to them.
Oh, excellent. Now, how does that work? You just have a database of contractors that you've worked with in the past, or?
We do. Contractors that we've worked with or that purchase from us, basically from our Boone side as well.
Okay.
And then we can give them random. It's up to them to follow up and see who they're happy working with. But at least a lot of people are usually looking for someone reputable that they can work with.
Excellent. Okay. Now, you mentioned something about pricing. So how is it that, that's one of the questions I assume that you get all of the time.
A lot of people are curious how much a renovation would cost. So if I just pick like the average home, not like if it was an apartment or a partial renovation, it might be different. But like for an average renovation on a bathroom, which is one of our most popular renovations, a complete gut of the bathroom and redoing, you're probably starting around $7,000-8,000 up to the sky's the limit. But it's between $7,000 and $12,000, I would say, to budget for to completely have.
And what size bathroom would that cover?
Like a 5x8 bathroom,
Yes.
like replacing the tub with a shower base or a tub.
Okay.
Waterproof membrane everywhere, 10-year warranty. Just a beautiful, beautiful bathroom. I would say a kitchen's a little higher, but that's one of the most valuable, adds value to your home the most. They usually start around $20,000-25,000 and go up from there.
And is it calculated by linear foot or square foot,
really,
or what do you do?
The cabinetry actually is
Okay.
the most expensive
Okay.
thing in the kitchen. If you took away the cabinetry, it's just floors and paint, electrical. So it's the cabinetry and countertops that are going to change the price of your kitchen a lot.
Okay.
And there's many ways you can, shave off money here and there. But once you have an initial, 2 or 3 quotations, then you can whittle it down from there.
Okay.
Basements, I would say, start at around 30,000 to
Oh, wow,
completely
okay.
frame the walls,
Oh, okay.
insulate them, maybe some soundproof insulation down there, electrical, add a bathroom in the basement, your flooring.
Because it's a bigger space.
Bigger space. You know, it's the same footprint as your main floor, so you're
Okay,
almost
yeah.
doubling the space of your home.
Right.
But you know, some people think they can redo their basement for 15,000. It's just it's not realistic this day and age. But it is it could be a really useful spot of your home if it's done properly, for sure.
Absolutely. Now, in a basement specifically, if the plumbing's not already roughed in, that will be on top of the 30,000, or that is included in the 30,000, or it depends.
The plumbing's really not a big deal, even if it's not roughed in.
Okay.
Even when places, this is another thing that a lot of people don't know. When the plumbing's roughed in, we still have to break up the floor. It's usually only in the vicinity of where it should be. It's not in the exact location. So you might see the stack for the toilet. That's got to be a certain many inches from the wall so the toilet bowl fits, right? So
Right.
we always have to break up the floor and move it slightly, or add a
Okay.
P-trap under the bathtub in the floor. So whether we're breaking up a small area around it, or cutting a trench to the main stack to put that stuff in, it's not a big expense having a few guys break up the floor. The plumber comes in. The plumbers work very hard, and they do a lot in an hour or two. So that's not one of the big expenses. Then we just re-cement it. I would say electrical is a big expense in a basement. People want to add a lot of pot lights so that there's plenty of light.
Right.
Often there's not a lot of windows in a basement, or they're covered with blinds so people can't see in from just outside.
Right.
So lighting is very important, and that can get expensive.
Okay.
Fast.
Now, while we're talking basements and plumbing, is there a particular sort of bathroom that you would recommend for a basement when it comes to like the showers and the doors, and what do you see
Pictures.
trending?
A lot of people, the basement bathroom, it's a secondary bathroom or even a third bathroom that guests or children will be using. A lot of people are looking for a walk-in shower, even if it's in the main bathroom, but the basement shower, definitely a walk-in bathroom. People try and keep costs down there, so they can do just a base and tile, depending what they want to choose. Or we do a lot of modular acrylic pieces, so where the base and the walls are acrylic, but
Okay.
they're in more than one piece so that they can bring them down.
Because of your limitations in your stairways.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
The
Big tub's
stairways,
not gonna go.
doorways.
Right.
Sometimes people are happy with their large main door at the front, but they forget about the other doorways that they have to get through and get downstairs. The other thing, like John was mentioning, sometimes people settle for what they have with the plumbing that's already pre-roughed.
Okay.
But it's always something that we mention that they ask and they question, because it might not be a big extra cost, and it might give them a shower that's twice as big, as opposed to if they had gone with the drain that was already there, or if they settled for what was already there.
Okay.
So having someone that can answer those questions either before or after they've had our consultation can give them a lot more options to choose from.
Well, and that's just it, because with all of the new home builds that are happening, one of the features that you can get is the rough-in for the basement. So I know this because I have one. I walk downstairs and I see it sticking out of the floor. I'm like, eventually I'm going to get a bathroom here, right? But this is very interesting to know that you're still going to have to break up the floor, to accommodate this bathroom. I figured, they would have had that down pat. They know where things are going, but it makes sense. These are things that you need to consider.
People are moving away from the standard 5x8 bathrooms as well. So even though it is a secondary or a third bathroom, you might want it to be special or have something unique, and that's not what the standard rough-in that you get is.
Right, because people are going more with spa-like bathrooms, so I've noticed. What type of bathroom do you have, Alessandra?
It's actually pretty basic. I could
Okay.
use a renovation, so I might be calling you guys after the segment. It's nothing crazy. I just have white cabinets, a light countertop. So what type of things could I do to renovate my bathroom but not put that much money into it?
If you're not looking to change the layout at all, then just an upgrade in the countertop. The material especially, you see a lot more stone materials than your standard laminate tops.
So granite is really expensive, but I like the look. Is there any product out there that resembles it but isn't?
You can always try and look for a synthetic, or even in a
Okay.
laminate that you'll get that type of look.
Okay.
There is a quality feature that granite and stone offers that a laminate won't, especially with being able to put an undermount sink in there.
Okay.
Just changing up the faucets, changing your handles, things like that
Okay.
are quick fixes. It's when you get into wanting to remove the bathtub or change the tile that it can
So the
get more
structural
costly.
stuff is when it's really going to cost. Okay.
The other thing, too, and it would be a good question for you, for your bathroom, if you didn't want it, you like the stone but didn't want to go for the expense of quartz or granite, what about tiling? tiling on a sink, I'm wondering about that with the grout and everything. Is that something that you would recommend or shy away from?
It's definitely an option, but the importance of working with someone who's skilled and does so many bathrooms, we do over 200 bathrooms a year. So we have tricks to save you money. So granite is actually, there's so much competition now in Ottawa. There's these granite shops are popping up all over the place. And with somebody who has a lot of experience in that, like say for a vanity, for a sink, you can often get remnants from somebody's kitchen job. So if you go to these granite suppliers,
that's right too.
You can ask them, what was left over from a slab for the kitchen, and you can get really good deals on that stuff sometimes. Yeah.
That's true, absolutely. This is fantastic. We're going to actually go for a break right now. When we come back, we're going to talk about exactly what you can expect when you're preparing for a renovation. So again, we're joined by your Reno guys, Mondeau and Alessandra from Ottawa Life magazine, and we will be back shortly.